Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Blessing Ogboro. If you are just coming across this channel for the very first time, you are welcome to my home and my family. And this channel is all about lifestyle, food, family, and it's all about love on this channel. So guys, today I want to talk about the issue of we parents taking our children to boarding school. See, I think this will serve as a very big lesson to most of our parents out there, including me. So, this issue of this young man that was murdered, Sylvester, in school has become like an eye-opener for me as a parent and to every parent out there. See, this is not a joke and it is not funny. My sister, my people, today we know they talk about English. We are in Nigeria. We all know how to talk pidgin English, and so now so pidgin English now we go talk for this channel today. If you be mama and you be papa, you say because you are over busy, you want money, you feel like there are other things that's more important to you out there than the welfare of your kids. I think this will serve as a big lesson to every one of us. So this issue of, and also the issue of how we are raising our kids is of a very big concern to me as a parent. I can imagine how that woman and the husband will be feeling, the parents of that young man Sylvester will be feeling right now. I can't even imagine it. How can young children, kids like this, just murder an innocent child just like that? They even went as far as, oh Jesus, they even went as far as giving him chemicals. Do you know that intention was to murder this young man? So the number one thing I want to talk about, see, this video I'm not going to be editing it, I'm not going to be doing anything. The number one thing I want to talk about, see, if you are a parent, please, it's not about big school, it's not about expensive school. See, you have to go to the school you're taking your kids to. Know how firm they are, how they are in the school, how their school regulation is, the way the environment is. And number two is, please stop taking your children to boarding schools. I don't understand. This issue of boarding school has just become like a new normality. What do we want actually? We want space. We want time for ourselves because we feel like the pressure is too much. We have work to do as women and we have kids to raise. We want to make good money. Let me ask you a question. If you are a parent right now, I'm going to ask you this. Who are you making that money for? Who are you making it for? Is it not for your kids? For their well-being? For their better tomorrow? So why ship them to boarding school? I'm asking you because me, I don't know. I don't understand. Why take your kids to a boarding school? There was a time my husband actually told me that my son wonders that is a bit not coordinated and all that. Let's take him to boarding school. The boy was just being a young man. You know how boys are at times. So I looked at him. I told him, I said, no. I said, my son, go to boarding school. In where? He was even talking of another state. See, I told him, my son will not go anywhere. I will raise him myself. He is going to change. Okay, the boy is like this. You think the school is going to do better? What of the people is going to get there? He is going to associate himself with. So I decided that no, he is not going. And together we have done a great job. See, when you take your kids to boarding school, first of all, they mixed up with wrong children. Children that are brought up in an abusive home that feel like it's good for them to abuse other people because that is the way their mindset has been molded. That's the way they look at the world. They feel like it's the normal thing to do. Yeah. When you tell a kid that it's good to kill, like you have to bully every other person around them, they feel like it's the normal thing to do. And that is normal for them. They are going to get associated with such kids. See, let me tell you this thing. Those kids that did this thing to this young man, somebody did it to them. Somebody introduced them to cultism. Somebody introduced them to violence. Somebody introduced them to bullying. And some of them did got it from home. Let's be careful. Some got it from the school, from the school where you took them to learn, to acquire education. Some got it from there. Other children, when they come in, they feel like it's the normal thing to welcome students to school. See, when your child, you get them to boarding school, the seniors are going to bully them. They're going to eat their provisions. It's going to be a normal thing until he too or she will be preparing when I get to SS. Yes. By the time they enter SS1, they're always like, I'm a senior now, so I can pick on the younger one. See, if you are a mother, if you be mama, and you don't have time to sit your kids down and educate them, talk to them, make them understand that picking on others is not right. Make them understand that if somebody pick on you, it is not right. Give them listening ears. I always say, give your kids listening ears. At times when our kids want to say something to you, we just brush them to the side like, please, don't worry, I will talk, because this thing that just happened, I don't think it just started because they were easing the boys' provision and all that. That should have been a sign. As a mother, you have an instinct. Something always tell you that something is wrong with this, my child. Okay, let's take the instance of Flourish, my daughter. She came home recently. I think that was a few months ago, yeah. So she came back and suddenly she doesn't like going to school anymore because she's very active. She likes school. Education is all that she knows, nothing else. But suddenly there was no excitement in her. That glitter I saw in her, I normally see in her eyes when she's going to school, that joy, that excitement was no longer there. Although she was already complaining, and I was like, I'm going to take this up with the school authority and all that. So we went to the school. The father actually went to the school to complain, and they told us they would do something. Guess what? They didn't do anything. They didn't do shit. They just told us twice. My husband went there twice to complain, and they told us they are going to do something about it. They are going to there are some kids that are like that, and they didn't do anything. So it continued, and then they bullied her for no reason. These are primary school children, kids that are still in grade 4, 5, bullying somebody for no just cause. I feel that my neighbors are making noise in their flats. Please be here with me. But why were they bullying her? Just for no reason. Jealousy. They bully her because they said she feel like she knows too much. They call her yellow pawpaw. They call her all sorts of things, Fanta, all sorts of. They were abusing her consistently. So they took her away. So during this COVID and all that, so they shared their class. So she was in A. They took her to B class. And when she was in B, there were more new students there. So they were not really that bad. So she was beginning to come back to her normal self. Even academically, she began to improve and she was beginning to flow. And one day, the owner of the school was going around and saw her in B. And when he saw her, he was like, no, Flourish cannot be in B. She's very brilliant. She has to be in A. So they took her back to A, where most of her bullies were. So when they took her there, she got there just a week. So they started picking on her. They would normally gang up, they would say all kinds of things against her. But then, on that fateful day, I think the teacher was not around. She came to school like every other normal kids, gave her food and all that. When she got to school, guess what they did to her? They threw all her flowers, her books, everybody ganged up against her in the class. And she broke down. For the very first time, when the brother went to the class, I don't know, it's just God. The brother went to the class to pick something from her, water bottle, because they all attend the same school, but he is in the secondary. So he came to take the water bottle from her because she was actually with the brother's water bottle. So when he came to the class, immediately Flourish saw wonders. Mothers was explaining to me, say for the first time, say mommy, I actually cried with Flourish. I've never seen her. There's nothing you say that really gets to her like that. He said Flourish ran to me, held me, and her temperature was high. She was crying and screaming. So he took her to the headmistress office and complained. Guess what? One of the kids that was abusing her, bullying her in the school is actually the headmistress daughter, one of them. Though the woman tried, you tried to do one or two things. The next day she came to school, they did worse to her, and she told us she's not going back to school, and that was it. And when she said she was not going back to school, I allowed her to stay. The owner of the school started calling me. She doesn't have any right to tell you she wants to stay at home. That means she is not the one telling you what to do. When she says she's not coming, you force her to come. Can you imagine that rubbish? My child is psychologically disturbed. My child is being bullied for over a year in your school. My husband came. We told you. You told us you're going to do something about it. You didn't do anything. So imagine if it was a boarding school. So by the time I would get to know about it, maybe it would have been so late. So many things are happening in boarding school. There are girls that are being raped by other girls, not boys. So please don't tell me that I'm taking my kids, my daughter, to all girls schools. That is worse. They are there teaching her what you've never taught her before. They will rape her and tell her to shut up. You want to take the boy to boys' school. They are teaching them how to smoke igbo. If you like, let it be a Christian church, my dear. Let it be a Christian church. The person they put there to take care of them will sleep. They will sleep and leave them. And then they will start doing whatever they like. Freedom. So please, my heart is heavy. And I am crying from the bottom of my heart to all the mothers out there. I beg. I beg our mama and our papa. I beg. Stop taking our children to boarding school. Let them be at home. The money you are using to pay for. Oh, what are you doing? What is so important to you? More than the kids that you have, that God has blessed you. Do you know that there are children out there? There are parents, women out there looking for the fruit of the womb. They are wishing if they can just have one. Say, tackling those 2 boys and 4 boys that did all these things, it's not going to be the end. We are crying, justice, justice. Yes, justice. No matter the justice, the boy is gone. Justice cannot give Sylvester back to his parents. Can justice do that? No. It's just a little satisfaction, but the boy is gone. I can imagine the kind of pain that boy went through, the kind of suffering, the kind of agony that boy went through before he finally passed on. Do you know what that is? So please, I don't know how to say this. I don't know how to beg our parents. I don't know what to say. Please stop shipping your kids to boarding school. And another thing I want to say, to our parents that is taking their kids, your baby is just a year old, 2 years. None of my kids ever started. It's only one that started school when he was just 2. The rest, I allowed them to be 3. At times, some people will be asking me why. I will always tell them, I want my kids to be able to explain, to express themselves, to be able to tell me this is what happened to me before taking them out of my house. Any little opportunity, they care. Nursery, let them go. You are just chipping them. Let them. If you don't want the child, who asked you to give birth to that child? Some of us think that raising kids is just about shipping them to boarding school and then getting them pizza, chocolates, and all that, giving them all the toys and all the clothes they want, and that is the end. The problem is we don't want to do our own work. We don't want to do our work. We want the school to do it for us, and then when they come, it's just A month, highest, a month and 2 weeks, you ship them back. They stay in school more than they stay in the house. So you, all these violent parents that are teaching their children, you know, at times you don't actually teach your children that bullying or abusing others is good, but you show it with the way you behave, your character, how you relate with your spouse and other. They seen it, and then they begin to learn violence from them. And tomorrow when they behave bad, you'll be asking them, where did you learn that from? They learned it from you. You are their number one example, their teacher. You taught them how to be a bully, but you never knew about it. You do anything you like in the presence of your kids, and then you think in somebody else. See, let me tell you, I'm just going to warn some parents. You are fighting in the presence of your kids. You are bullying other people, your mates, you talk to people anyhow. Some even go around telling their kids to go and abuse other people on their behalf because they feel like, yeah, they can do it. See, let me tell you something. If you bring your kids that is violent to come and abuse my kids, to come and beat them, yeah, they'll go me, man, they'll come and beat my pikin, they'll come and beat my pikin like this thing. Well, I will help you correct that child. I will bring him to that school and help you flog that child so that you will know how to raise your child. Well, or me, myself, I will deal with you myself. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what is going on. Violence everywhere. See, I have a son. He's 15 years. I always sit him down to talk to him. One, that you can never raise your hand. Don't hit anybody, mostly a woman. Never you raise your hand. I have always taught him that violence is never the way out. Guess what? In school, a young girl, a new student came to the school. They were having just little argument, and this girl slapped my kid twice. What? In fact, when the boy told me, it was his sister that actually told me. I was crazy. I was mad. I said, how can somebody come and slap you? I'm going to the school. He actually told me, Mommy, calm down. No. I said, what did you do? He said, I didn't do anything. You told me never to hit anybody. I should mostly a woman. So she's a woman. I can't hit her. What if I hit her? She fell. I was like, oh, you heard me, right? He said yes. Hey, I said, hey, my pikin don't mature past me. Unlike the days my mom will actually take you to go and beat that person back. But the thing is whatever you put, whatever embedded into your child, that's how that child is going to grow up. The Bible says, train up your child. A child, the way that child will grow up, the way that child will go in life. No matter how far that child goes, he will never depart from it. There will always be something there to tell him, this thing you're doing is bad. And that child will always find his or her way back. But what are we doing? Parents will be at home fighting here and there, abusing people. Another thing we do, we like to pick on our mates and all that around our kids. And we think it's the best thing. And these kids, they actually go out. Flourish and radiance. I don't want to hear anything from you, please, guys. Sorry. So they actually go out and implement and begin to do all these things. So I am going to beg you, if you are a mother, please raise your kids well. And if you are a parent, please stop. Just take a minute, stop. Ask yourself, what am I doing that is so important to me more than my kids? Is it worth losing my kids for? Is it worth me shipping my kids to boarding school for? Then if it is not worth it, please keep your kids closer. Take care of them. Raise them well. Instruct them in the way they should go. Teach them biblically. I don't know if you are a Christian or Muslim, I don't know. But I think violence is not the best way. And I'm so sorry and I'm so heartbroken for the parents of the young boy who just lost his life. They murdered him actually. I'm really sorry, and we pray that he so rest in peace. So guys, I will see you on my next video. I know you guys miss my lovely face. Yeah, new video coming up soon. I love you guys. Have a wonderful time with your family and mostly your kids. I love you guys. I'll see you on my next video. Bye.